Walmart, Kroger, and Dollar General are piloting exclusive self-checkout locations. All right. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Wahara Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, those who rule well and who taught me this truth. Salutations to you brothers pushing this one truth in all sincerity and diligence, as well as shalom to the rest of the one-third remnant of men, women, and children, as well as the speckled bird, Israelites who may look like the heathen nations, seeking salvation at the hands of Yahweh Shah, as we await the second Exodus. All right, this is your brother Rikaga Bar, and it's breaking news, essentially. All right, this article just went out 20 hours ago. All right, in the title of the article, it says Walmart, Kroger, and Dollar General are piloting exclusive self-checkout locations. Okay, and before I even really get into this, man, we see where this deal is going. Okay, we see where this deal is going, man. Those of you brothers and sisters out there in the know, okay, know exactly where this is going. Okay. So I just want to read this article, Lord willing, this will be a short, edifying, to the point lesson. Okay. But it says all three super chains are poised to implement self-checkout payments exclusively within the next several years, eliminating cashier positions. Other companies are expected to follow. Okay. And the way these devils think, the way they operate is that they give themselves all the time in the world to essentially, to put these things in motion. You see, because Christians tell you how their inward thoughts is that their cities would last forever. Okay. What they don't understand, man, is that on behalf of the elect, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is speeding up these days. Okay. And he's making these devils move a lot faster than, they planned to implement these things. Okay. But yeah, man. So it says all three super chains are poised to implement self-checkout payments exclusively within the next several years, eliminating cashier positions. Other companies are expected to follow. You see, and this is why, I know for myself, at least, when you go to these Walmarts now, it's like the Walmart stores are a lot more vacant in a sense that they don't really have many cashiers working anymore. All right. The Walmarts in my location, man, there'll be a lot more self-checkouts, and then they have the workers that monitor the self-checkout lanes. But that's pretty much it, man. They may have like one or two actual cashiers, that's ringing people up, But for the most part, you got a lot more self-checkout centers. Okay. So this has been a gradual thing they've been incorporating, man. And if you've been paying attention, when you go to these self-checkout lanes, they have that camera, that facial recognition camera when you go to pay. You see, they had that bio recognition software when you go to pay, man. You see, now I'm going to try to pull this up. And I played this before, man. This is about a Ice Age farmer. Okay, so I'm going to play a small clip of this video. Because what you're going to figure out, man, is the direction this thing is headed, Like I said, I really don't even have to go in, say it, because you brothers and sisters know exactly what this leads to, man. But let me play a small portion.
My friends, welcome. The mark is here. Iran is set to be the first country to roll out a biometric digital ID needed in order to buy food. Needed in order to eat. Right? Needed in order to survive. You must go get your digital ID from the government. The same digital ID that central banks are telling us is needed in order to roll out the central bank digital currencies. The same digital ID that the World Economic Forum establishes is at the very crux of this fourth industrial revolution. Yeah, all of that. Now you need to go get your ID in order to eat. Now there's some...
All right, now keep in mind this information went out about a couple months back. Okay, a couple months back. So as far as the nation's economies from 2 months ago to now, they're a lot worse off, man. They're a lot worse off than they were 2 months ago. You see, so as these economies continue to collapse, we are seeing that they are building up and rolling in their new economic system, which is going to be all digital, man. It's going to be all digital based. You see, the Karagma, which will include your digital ID, your digital wallet, the central bank digital currency. You see, your passports. It's going to have all of that on there, man. You see, research wallet more. Okay. Research the trailer and plan it on YouTube. You see, research Bill Gates patent 060606. You see, research the WEF. Okay. The evidence is out there, man. I'll just put it like that. The evidence is out there. You see, so with them bringing about all this chaos via the food and fuel protests and riots that are taking place, okay, what you're going to witness, man, is that these countries are going to begin to implement this new system. You see, so what's going on over there in Iran right now is ultimately they're using biometric software and digital IDs in order to to purchase goods for subsidized prices. You see, because everybody's dealing with inflation right now. Everybody is, all of the citizens, okay, are catching hell because of these inflationary prices. Okay, so the way this devil's gonna do this deal, man, is that to calm the people down, to make you seem as though everything's gonna be all right. They're gonna make it to where you take this Caragua, man. You're gonna be able to buy these goods at a subsidized price. You see, you don't have to pay these insane prices preceding Revelation 6:6. Dealing with the black horse. Okay, and you're gonna be able to live relatively comfortable in this new world. Okay, so what's going on over in Iran, man, is it's a gateway to rolling into Karagma. You see, and this is why Europe, which represents the beast, are already developing it. You see, because this thing, like I said in the previous lesson, man, is no longer taboo. It's no longer science fiction. They put it in all these different science fiction shows and movies. But guess what? We're living in the times where prophecy is fully alive, man. So when as these countries continue to destroy themselves, the way they're going to build back better is by rolling in this new system. All right. And they're already doing it underneath the people's eyes. Okay.
Interesting details about the way Iran is implementing this that I want to walk through today, because I think this is a bellwether for how it's going to be rolled out around the rest of the world. And make no mistake, this is food rationing based on your digital ID. Let's read down here.
You see, that's what they're going to do, man, because what they're telling the people we're famine, food shortages, right? So if you're going to want to be able to acquire the goods that are quote unquote left, right, they're going to have to ration it. You see, they're going to have to ration it, with the military. OK, and in order for you to get those goods, man, you're going to have to submit to their new system. You're going to have to show them that you're on board. You got to get that Karagma. All right. Then, boom, you'll be able to participate in society. Right. You'll be able to get the food that's left, etc. Right. That's why they're strategically destroying all the food factories, destroying the crops. You see, they're the ones starting these wildfires. You're dealing with okay, those direct energy weapons. OK, and all these things, man. Make no mistake, the elites have orchestrated and had this, this pandemic in the making for years. OK, to destroy these economies, to cause the people to revolt. Right. So that they could have an excuse, you see, to bring in a new, quote unquote, better way of doing things. OK,
you're able to buy as much bread as you want, but if you want to get the subsidized prices, then you're going to need the ID. Then you'll have access to, quote, a limited amount of bread at subsidized prices. And you can keep buying the rest at market rates if you want, right? You can buy as much bread for $1 million a loaf as you want.
All right, and I'm going to read this real quick, man. It says the government will offer citizens digital coupons that will allow them to access a limited amount of bread at subsidized prices, while the rest will be available at market rates. You see, so a subsidized price is a price for a product that is reduced because the government has paid part of the cost of producing it. You see that? So Esau, man, these devils, how they going to do this deal is they're going to give you these subsidized prices. They'll be like, all right, we paid a portion of it. All right, so we can sell it to you for cheaper if you take our charagma. You see that? So let's go back.
But for the 50% of Iran that lives below the poverty line, that's not an option, right? Their only option is to go get in line and accept this mark, this digital.
Yeah, right. In which this digital ID here is not the mark. We know what the mark is, but guess what, man? Everybody sees that they are strategically doing away with the middle class, the upper middle class. So everybody's becoming poor. Okay. Numerous statistics went out how Americans making 100 to 250,000 or more a year are beginning to live paycheck to paycheck. So everyone is going to be to the point to where they're going to want a way out of the burdens that have been placed upon them. And the only way out is going to be what, man? That charagma. You see, that's essentially the last hurdle, the last test in this race of ours, man. That's why it's so imperative you don't take it. You see? But let's go back to this video. I mean, this article here. Okay? Because guess what, man? If you got the charagma, you don't need a cashier to check you out. All right? Matter of fact, even when I go to Javi or Hen House, you know, these little smaller grocery stores, man, a lot of them are having it to where they've removed the cashiers and they have a lot more self-checkouts. You see? And what I've noticed, all right, is that they've added that facial recognition software. Okay? Because what you got the charagma, man, all you got to do, which I believe they are piloting this with the whole Amazon One deal. Okay, but you can research that. All right, but you can like wave your hand. You input certain information in Amazon and you're able to wave your hand. Go into a store, wave your hand. Your purchase is complete. You don't even got to contact with no human. All right, no cashier. You leave the store and you're good to go. You see? And that's how it's going to be with these things, man. These are major super chains, man. These are major stores, okay, that are piloting exclusive self-checkout locations. Okay? It's all by design, man. It says eliminating cashier positions. Other companies are expected to follow. Yeah, everybody's going to be on the same wave. Okay? Let's see if I want to grab from this here. Dollar General announces a sweeping change through the duration of 2022. My article about the company's long-planned move to an exclusive self-checkout model. Excerpted in the article is a note from thesun.com. The major change is that the retailer is testing self-checkout as the only way of making in-store purchases. Wow. You know, because you go to these dollar stores, man, they always have the cashiers. I don't even think Dollar Generals, yet alone Dollar Trees, had, they don't even have, self-checkouts. Okay, you have to go to a cashier, but they're moving away from the cashiers, man. You see, even when you go to Fall Below, which is essentially, a little upgraded Dollar Tree, okay, they didn't used to have self-checkouts, but guess what, man? Now they have those self-checkouts, okay? The article goes on to state the self-checkout model is expected to become the exclusive method of checkout in all Dollar General stores should the test succeed. Okay, man. Again, we know where this is going. All right, it says Dollar General, however, is not the only entity testing this model. Walmart and Kroger are among the highest profile companies doing the same, while other smaller companies are closely watching to possibly implement the same change. Okay, let us explore. You see, so they're literally before your eyes setting up this new digital system. You see, if you're not going to be able to go to a cashier and check out, all right, and we know that everything's moving cashless. You see, you're going to be using that Kroger to make those payments, man. Okay. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna grab from that, man. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna touch on. And like I said, you brothers and sisters know exactly where this is headed. All right. Revelations 13-16, man, and no man might be able to buy nor sell, save he that had the mark of the beast or his name or his number. Okay. So in order to be able to continue going to these grocery stores, making payments, getting your food, going back to the crib, all right, it's going to get to the point to where because of the quote unquote food shortages, the famine, because of the anarchy that's about to break out, you see, because everything's shifting to a cashless societies, the dollar, all right, is dropping, okay, and everybody's switching to a central bank digital currency. Guess what? Your form of payment, all right, is going to be none other than that Kroger. Okay. But with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Shah. Shalom to the next one.